I'm going to cut corner to corner, but I can't really see where the corners are, and I could be off a little bit. And while that's normally not a huge deal, when you're making half square triangles, those little bits of movement or nudging one way or the other can make a difference in the final size of your square. So what I do with these is I put it inside my 5-inch block, and I make sure it's on the 45 degree, and then I'm going to draw a line. Now when I go to sew this, I am going to put this on top of the darker block. So now that this is marked and ready to go, I'm going to sew this on one side of that line 1/4 inch from corner to corner. Then I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. As I sewed these, I put my lighter fabrics on top, and I sewed both sides. So there's our two lines, and you want it to be no more than a 1/2 inch apart, because that means your seam allowance is too large. So now that I've sewn down both sides, I'm going to cut these apart. And I like to take care of this little corner right here, and I'll just snip a little bit right to the edge of where I sewed. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to go all the way through, because you can see these are chain stitched. I sewed all the way through from one to another, and this is twisted. Be careful you don't cut twisted ones, because you may cut off more than you intend. And what I'm going to do now is cut these in half and create my half square triangle. If it's easier for you, if you're not comfortable doing that with your rotary, then you can also cut this with scissors. Before we get into actually making the quilt, I want to show you one quick tip about cutting, or I should say trimming, your half square triangles before they're pressed. So while they're sewn and still closed together, what we're going to do is put a mark on our square ruler. I put a piece of Scotch tape down, and then I used a red Sharpie so I could see it. But what I did is I lined up my seam on a horizontal line, and I put my point right on this vertical line. Now, I measured how far this needs to be in order for all my triangles to be the same. And in the video, I was doing it visually. But I want to show you how to measure it so you can be exactly on. I've just gotten used to doing it that way, and it works well. I'm going to line up from the point down, and I'm putting this red line on the stitching, and this is going to show me where I need to trim.